Hey guys, what's going on? Haven't really put out any kind of video or anything in a while, so I'm gonna give you another cell phone video. Been up to a little bit, but not a ton, and figured I'd give you a little update. See, what do I got to update you on? I cleared out a lot of the stuff that was outside here. Moved a lot of it to a storage unit so that I would have room to work on the truck. But I'll do a little. Went to Old Tool Meet last weekend, picked up a couple items, so I'd show you that, and then went to an auction last weekend as well and picked up a table saw, another table saw because I already have one. But let's see, there's from the Old Tool Meet. That's just a Delta thing. I picked up this model 220, where you can replace the anvil there. There's the rod anvil, there's a flat one, and it was in really good shape. Came in the bag, has everything, looks super nice, box is nice. So I bought that because it was priced fairly, and what I do a lot of times is I knew I had one of these, but I'll pick one up, because if it's better than what I have, then I'll upgrade what I have and sell the other one. But I already went and looked, and this is the one I have. Box has seen better days, but it's like new, so guess I didn't need to buy that other one. So that's all right. Buy it at a price I know I'm not going to lose any money. I might make a few bucks. So I picked that up. I picked up the little 24 point indicator contact point set that is complete and looks really nice. I already have one, but never hurts to have a second. And then there was just some of these little for indicators to do extensions onto like inside holes and crap like that. Made a couple of these, so I picked that up. This was just is it like one of the arms for an indicator base, but I think I can use it. The hell was that? I think I know what that was. Something fell. I think I can use that. This is a little like 6-inch hardest chuck that I picked up that was at an auction, and online auction, and I bid on the 3-jaw and the 4-jaw, and I got both of them. And I was hoping that they were the hardage like taper lock, because I could use it on my dividing head, or I could include it in with this the HLVH clone when I clean that up and sell it. But when I went to pick up my winnings, somebody had walked off with a 3-inch, so they didn't have it, which sucks. But anyway, this is a threaded one, so it'll probably be like an eBay item. That's it for the Old Tool Meet. Really didn't pick up a lot. I went with a buddy of mine, Fred, and he got a few good deals. He did really well on a few things. I don't think I showed you this, not on YouTube. On Instagram I did, but this is a second Yates American Y20 snowflake, and I found it. Gentleman on one of the Old Tool websites shot me the link for I think it was OfferUp, might have been Craigslist, or no, it could have been Facebook too. Either Facebook or OfferUp. It was in Maryland, so I went ahead, and as soon as I saw that the upper door wasn't busted, I said, yeah, I'll take it, and got that shipped out. And it's amazing, if you bolt it to heavy duty pallet, built a little crate around it, how nicely it arrives compared to that one that a-hole didn't even bother to put on a pallet, and the a-hole at YRC for accepting the shipment so that they could bust this saw that was 80 years old. Still a little bitter about it, but originally my plan was to put the direct drive motor, the original motor off of this onto that, and to use this one because this one wasn't busted. But I've rethought that whole idea, and I'm going to go ahead and keep this one. I'll tell you why. This one, obviously the upper door's busted. That one's not. I can put that door on this one. They have the same guides. I'll go through and pick the better of the pair. The trunnion on this one has not been broken. That one's been broken and repaired, which you see quite a bit. This one came with the upgraded 1.5-horse motor and the handbrake, and that one didn't. Now, granted, they cracked casting here on the main arm there, which is not good, but that casting's only on the inside, and I've already ran a blade on it. Track's fine, so that crack's not really going to affect the operation of the saw. Just when you put a blade on it, compresses it. It's not under tension, so I'm just going to braze that and call it good, and then I'll have a really nice saw. This saw's here still not going to be junk. 20-inch Yates is 1,250 pounds. It's probably the most overbuilt 20-inch bandsaw ever made, and so it'll still be great. It's just not going to have a snowflake door. I'll sell it with, I'll make one out of wood or something, or just not have an upper door when I sell it, and I'll give the person the busted door. But really sealed the deal for me on it was, this one's been converted to belt drive. I don't know if I can show you that. Yeah, so here's the converted to belt drive, which isn't the end of the world, but they cut the casting down here to make room for the motor. It's nice that they tuck the motor under, but they, since they ground on the casting and cut the casting, to make room for it, both saws have, screwed up castings, so I'll just keep the other one. The auction that I went to on Saturday. It's a little bit of a story, but anyway, I walked away with this. This is a 10-inch SawStop. You can see the rust on the... Oh, last thing I got at the old tool meet was this thing. This is a Porter cable restorer, and I picked this up off of Amazon. It was a wire wheel, and so it uses like these wide, you can use like a drum sander, or it's probably 3 or 4 inches wide, and then this is a little one of those paint stripping wheels. It seems to work just fine. I started working on the surface rust. So the auction place, it's probably sat outside for a month, and caused the rust on the tabletop. Probably caused the laminate to start peeling. There's the extension table here. Laminate's peeling. But it's their 3-horse model, 3-horse single phase, and it's price decent. I got there late. The story is that I wanted to go to the auction, and the wife was flying in that day, and when she arrived, she called and said, "Hey, I'll be home in like 15 minutes." I was like, "Yeah, I'm leaving. I'm going to the auction." "No, you can't wait for me?" "All right, fine, I'll wait for you." So I waited, said my hellos, carried the suitcase in, and then said, "I'm out of here. I'm going to the auction." And the auction was also online as well, but this place is a place that sells everything. They got cars, they got refrigerators, they got bikes, police seizures, tools from places. So you never know what they're going to have, and you never know the condition. You really want to look at the stuff, otherwise you're taking a big risk. So I had it on my phone as I'm driving and listening to the auction, and I just get off the freeway, and they're like 2 lots before this. I'm like, there's no way I'm going to get there. I'm not going to get there, have time to go in, get my bidder's card, and get over there and bid on it. So I pulled over at a fast food joint 2 doors down from the auction and bid on it online. Ended up going low enough that, I had a limit that I was set with myself that, hey, without seeing it, I'm not going to go above this number. And I got it for a couple $100 less than that number. So took a little bit of risk, but I was real happy when I got there and I looked at it. First thing I did was I took the little insert. Sorry, it's dirty from when I was. First thing I did was kind of interesting how it locks in too. I took the insert out and grabbed the blade and went like this to see if the cartridge down there had been set off. So if you don't know what SawStop is, it's not a normal table saw. I mean, it is as far as it cuts wood. That's what table saw does, but it has a cartridge built into it down here that they send like a weak electrical signal into the blade, and if it comes into contact with, say, human skin, that changes the electrical signal enough that it trips this cartridge, and it shoves this aluminum piece of the cartridge into the blade and stops the blade in like a fraction of a second. I don't even know how fast it is. The idea is that it may break the skin and cut you, but it's not going to cut your finger off. It has I read the instructions, figured out how to get it going. It's 3-horse single phase. This key, there's 2 of them. You can take it out so that people don't use it. That's a bypass key. So if you have this thing on and not running, but have the main power turned on, and you turn this key and you hold it for like a second or 2, it bypasses the safety mechanism. So now you can cut aluminum, you can cut wood that's green wood that's got some moisture in it. That's the main thing you got to be worried about with this thing, besides cutting. You're not going to cut your fingers off. Is cutting stuff that's conducts electricity, like green wood that has the higher moisture content. It could theoretically trip this thing. When this thing gets tripped, not only does it ruin the cartridge, it ruins your blade. So it can get expensive. But I looked at it when I was there. It came with the fence. They're peeling, the laminate's peeling on it. Came with the extension table. Did not come with a miter gauge. This is just an old Delta that I had laying around that I was going to use. It's got a nice thin curved blade on there. It does. It's a Freud. Yeah. Okay. What else did it come with? It came with the owner's manual, which was really cool. And then it also came with this piece here, which I think might have to do with the outfeed table. But it came with the blade guard. Came with a zero clearance insert, new. And then this was really nice. It came with the 10-inch dado cartridge, or the 10-inch regular cartridge and an 8-inch dado cartridge. Now, I'll show you what it looks like when I say the cartridge, in case you haven't seen one. This is what the dado cartridge looks like. It's fatter than a regular one because it's for a dado, and it's also taller because it's got to get closer. So this bolts into the thing, and like I said, if it senses a change in electrical current, I think it's current, I'm not real sure, I'd have to read the book again, but it deals with electrical signals, changes it enough, it'll trip this, and this will just spring out and stop the blade. So it's a really neat little safety feature. They're expensive saws. This saw, the 3-horse single phase, it's like $3,500, maybe $4,000. I think it's $3,500 new. So they're really expensive. And I like it, so I'm going to keep it. So eventually this whole mess you see here with the Oliver 270 is going to get cleared off. You know, some of this stuff is, this is the mortise chisels and stuff that I chisel bushings and bit bushings that I made for the Yates mortiser that I made for the guy. So that'll go over there. You know, these are some, probably showed these before, but this is from an old auction. I just haven't done anything with it yet. I had these boxes in the house and I was cleaning and brought them out here, but this is you know, like some I have a brain freeze now. Bore mics. I don't remember what this is. That's another bore mic. And some other crap down there, but just some auction stuff that I got that I need to put in some of the cabinets. And then just need to clean this up. Get this all cleaned off. Get the 270 sold. Get that thing moved in its place. Finish cleaning it up. I have a this is an old router table thing that I picked up at one time. This is just a fence that I don't need, but it's woodsmith. I don't know. It's nice, but I'll probably toss it or give it to somebody or sell it. But I bought this thing because it had this joint deck router table, and it's I'm gonna have to clean it up a little bit, but it's got the 3-horse Porter cable router in it, you know, and came with all the accessories and everything. So I'm going to take that and put it in this extension table and either re-laminate this whole table. I don't know what the shipping is, but the table itself through SawStop's only $125 or $175. I think it was $125. It's cheap, you know. So I might get that, but I see they also, for like $300 and something, they have a cast iron version that has the spot opened up for that insert. So I might get that. And since I got the saw for a decent price, I might invest in it a little bit and spend a little money on it. You know, get the caster assembly maybe, and maybe. I mean, these saws are so light compared to the Oliver that, you know, you can move it around pretty easy. And once it's in place, how often am I going to move it? But I do like factory accessories, so I have to fight the need with the practical. Anyway, this is Jeff signing off for now. Hope you guys have a great Thanksgiving. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, and talk to you later.